riding for a while. It was a long, hot ride. Kind of a Montana no man's land. Made it to Billings. And little canyon outside of Billings is really beautiful coming in. Not a huge city person, but there's some good food here. So I'm gonna go get some Mexican food. I'm excited, I'm starving. And I keep going, I'm gonna head towards final destination tonight. City of Billings, Montana. I was looking to get something to eat for lunch, and getting into the city was kind of pain, but the area I wanted to go was closed down. Finally found parking, went to the restaurant, it was closed, but you know, it happens. So they kind of a cool downtown event going on, and so I just grabbed some street food real quick. It is super hot out right now. I mean, unbelievably hot. Billings is interesting. I don't know. I'm not gonna really spend much time here, so can't really say much about it. Heading out here to head to Bozeman, and then I'm gonna go jump onto part of the Lewis and Clark Trail, and then end up tonight in Montana City area. It's like a really cool place. I was like hanging out kind of the country, so let's get going. Been riding for a while, just pulled over. I think it's called like Springtime Exit, Montana, outside of Columbus. Pretty area, really nice. Yeah, it's a really beautiful valley. I'll be honest with you, Billings, I don't get it. It's really flat, hot. Whatever, people stay there, stay in those areas, stay in the cities. A lot more beautiful out here. Heading towards Bozeman, keep going past that, and probably stop there and get a drink. Getting really hot, I'm out of water, so that'll be my next stop.
Without any neighbors too close.
out here at Missouri Headwaters State Park. Just been riding for a while. It's pretty hot but beautiful day. Had a really nice experience riding through Bozeman, the Bozeman Pass, which was really cool, which was an area that they traveled through Lewis and Clark with Sacagawea, and it was kind of an old buffalo hunting grounds or buffalo paths that they took for how many thousands of years. Kind of neat. Just a gorgeous canyon. Just interesting how the times changed. Now it's paved, and as I was riding through the Bozeman Pass, there was one of those new Tesla trucks. It was just interesting to see how technology's changed. Not too long ago, we were, as human beings, traveling on horse and walking, and they were hunting buffalo. There's buffalo herds through there, and it's just kind of an interesting moment. But right now, I'm on this really cool, significant place in this state park of Three Forks, Montana. This is where Lewis and Clark, on their expedition, stayed along here and camped. And this is where the three rivers merged, and they had to figure out which way to go. And just kind of interesting to think of back then. There just wasn't really much out here besides some natives that, which they had Sacagawea to help translate, but they really couldn't figure out which way to go, and they were here for a little while, which was kind of neat. I was just thinking about Sacagawea as well. I read this book about the Lewis and Clark expedition. She was 13, could have been 12, 13 years old. In school we always, she was viewed and depicted and painted as like this woman. And in reality, she's just a kid. I have a 13-year-old daughter. And, Sacagawea was taken from her tribe when she was little. I think her and her sister, and she was traded. And she was bought and purchased by a French trapper who was on the expedition, if I'm not mistaken, with them. So that's how she was able to be part of it and help out, and was pretty significant role. But it really wasn't that long ago, if you think about it, just a few generations ago. I mean, that's how we were living. She was taken from her family and her tribe and traded, and some French trapper from another country purchased her. And life is really different and quite easy compared to that. It's we're always thinking life can be tough, but I mean, what a different time. I just think about my 13-year-old daughter, and she still plays with toys and Barbies, and is just the sweetest girl on the planet. I mean, the difference of her leading a group of men across a foreign land and speaking languages that they don't know, and encountering difficult and horrible, life-threatening situations. I mean, it's just we live in a really good time. This is just such a cool place to be, and where the Madison River begins. And it's kind of a neat place where people come and hang out and fish, and wish I had some more time to do some fly fishing out here. This is an awesome place, but just a cool historic spot, and I'm just really happy to be here. It's been a full day of riding, and from here I'm just going to ride around this park for a little while, and then I'm going to head to my Airbnb, which is outside of Montana City. And it's been a hot day, and I'm ready to cool down and hydrate. I sweat out as much as I drink. So anyway, just hang out for a little bit and get back on the bike and make my way.